She sat at their bedside, wiped their tears, fed them soup as they slipped away. To neighbors, Gesche Gottfried was a saint. It was here that Gesche Gottfried became known as a saint. To grieving families, she was a source of comfort. But the truth? She was the one slowly killing them. This is the chilling case of Germany as most infamous female serial killer, where sympathy masked sinister intentions. In the early 1800s, Bremen was a bustling port city. Life was hard. Sickness swept through quickly, death even quicker. First, her husband fell ill and died. Then a child after a long sickness, then her parents. A doctor, suspicious because this was the third person under Gesche's care to die within a year, ordered a postmortem. Calmly, almost proudly, she admitted to killing all of them. She was arrested and taken to jail. 2 years later, in 1831, she was executed, the last public execution of a woman in Bremen. Traces of arsenic were found. Johann was exhumed, as were those before him who had died under Gesche's care. Every single one was poisoned. Sometimes the most dangerous hands are the ones that offer help. Then another child. Friends, too, suddenly fell ill and passed away after Gesche had cared for them. Subscribe for more softly spoken true stories, real, haunting, and never forgotten. For a while, she was left a wealthy widow, having inherited property from each of her dead relatives. A devout Christian, she cared for the sick, helped neighbors, and doted on her own children. But tragedy struck again and again. Little did they know she was poisoning them. Through it all, Gesche remained strong, always tending to those around her, always offering comfort and solace. At the time, arsenic was sold openly as mouse butter. Deadly, odorless, tasteless. It was the perfect murder weapon. All Gesche had to do was stir it into soups or butter dishes and wait. Her first victim was likely her first husband, Wilhelm. He died suddenly, leaving her a young widow with 2 children. Not long after, her mother, father, and 2 stepchildren died. Then her own young son and daughter. Then a friend, Elizabeth, who came to stay. Then another friend, Anna, who also came to stay. And then another husband, Ferdinand. Unknown to anyone, Gesche laced food and drink with arsenic. Friends and neighbors suspected nothing. Each time someone died, Gesche was there, comforting them, caring for their needs. Often she was left sole caretaker of the dead person's property, managing it until it was sold. She collected insurance money, annuities, and inheritances, becoming well off as she made one friend and family member after another fall ill and die. But in 1828, suspicion finally fell on Gesche. A man she nursed, Johann, died suddenly. When confronted, Gesche confessed. The town later marked the site of her death with a stone known as the Betrayer-S Stone, engraved with a cross so no one would ever forget what she did. After her death, the people of Bremen erected a monument near the execution site inscribed with the words, "Beware of evil deeds under a pious cloak." Gesche wasn't a monster lurking in the shadows. She was a mother, a widow, a nurse, and a killer. This has been Serial Whisper.